Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the New York Jets. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. 180. I'm scared.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jim. Hayden Cole.
Looking to throw on second down. Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Check three. Switch.
On 2nd and 12, Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Great.
Now Foles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Scott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
And the Jets first down.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the 50, it's Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 85 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Off of play action, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Check 52. Deuce. I got it. Challenge. 26. He's coming.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Leonard Fournette. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, it's Scott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
At the 17-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Jets.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-0 our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down, it's Montgomery, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
44.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Bucky Hodges, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Come on, QB, come on.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3. Mark 57. Cut.
Hey, Foxtrot.
57's the mic. Mark 57.
Let's get it together, defense.
Foles. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Watch the safety creep. Check the backer, check the backer.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. It's caught. Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time.
First down, New York.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Darnold from the gun. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Darnold now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship.
He'll drop to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
A pass complete here to Conley. Still going. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right. He's telling him right.
They're going to look to throw. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Under. Kill.
Check curls.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. He goes 105 yards on the kick return. And the Jets will extend their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Yeah, go, let's go. Hey, orbit. Hey, go. Sound good.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Back to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's second down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Here we go.
Fournette running right. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step up.
Again, it's Fournette. Fournette, first down, still going. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
I'm going to run you over. 12.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
The Jets take over.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the carry, this is Scott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They go again with Scott. this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. This is brought in at the 21. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. And the Lions adding more points to their total, extending that lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 14-yard line.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out. Learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Or has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
A 6-yard gain brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Foles looking long for Westbrook. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a first down and more past the 30. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A gain of 14. And the Jets.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
He's crashing.
Hey, Caden.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. This is Fournette. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Let's go!
50 seconds to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Easy.
50 seconds. Mike, 57. Guys,
Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Come off the ball hard. 57's
Now Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st down, Scott. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
It's a pickup of 6.
On 2nd down and 4. Darnold going deep now for Herndon. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, it's Scott. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
second down and 10. Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Darnold. This is Anderson over the middle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down, Jets.
Check.
Darnold now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
At the 24-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run with Fournette. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
180. Hey, Keaton.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
What we got?
50 Cent.
Let's go.
Now Foles. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Foles now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Breida. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Let's go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We got 4.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one.